This is Cal O'Reilly. You're listening to Missin Curfew.
What's Missin Curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshaw in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missin Curfew.
Fellas, coming to you from Hall Pass Media, Newport Beach, this is Missin Curfew, Olbs, the Up Dog, and in studio again, Jay Swish. Fellas, how we doing? We got a little March Madness on the TV in the studio here. Pretty good setup.
It's time. I feel like this time of year is when the bookies can really just sting you. When you start hitting basketball bets that you know nothing about, just to get a little action.
Do you think bookies look forward to March Madness?
I think so, because how many guys really handicap this tournament like professionally? Like, I think all the big sharks, right? Like a lot of guys who sit at their computers and analyze games can really find lines in college basketball that you can hit, right? Same as college football. Well, I don't know. If I'm taking a stab at this, or probably a lot of our listeners, I don't know shit about shit.
We should ask the people at DraftKings how they do during March Madness. To me, in my opinion, I feel like it's a bookie's kind of nightmare, because who knows what's going to happen? It's one game and anything could happen. Like I think the book could get stung throughout March Madness, but I don't really bet it, so I don't know.
I don't really either, but there's always those games where it's like a 14 beats a 3, and then they go on a historic run. So you got to think like something like that would probably favor the book, right? Like if the James Madisons of the world, or New Salem's, or Wichita State, the shocker.
Shout out
world.
to Mac Miller.
Yeah, you know what I mean? The old
shocker.
2 in the
paint, shocker.
1 in the stink. Like that's got to favor the bookies, right? When
there's a bunch of games.
That fucking crushes the book. Like, so if let's say Kentucky or Duke, let's say Tennessee's a number 2 seed, they lose. I don't know if you can look this up, Kyle, but look at what the money line would be for the team playing Tennessee. It'd be like plus, I don't know, 700-800.
I just think with all the games going on and all the first half bets, quarter bets, all the games, is so much action, it favors the book, because no matter what, the more people bet on different games, the more it favors the book, right? A juice here, juice there. I just think there's so many fucking games to bet on that, if you go into a Sunday football and you pick 2 games that you really like, you probably do pretty good throughout the year. If you go in and you lose the first 2 and then you bet 6 more after that, and then you get in the Sunday nighter, you bet that one, odds are you're getting waxed.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the way I look at college football.
If you're chasing it. Like, for example, Auburn's up 10, but, well, that's the money line right now, probably. They're plus 2,200. That's a bad example. Let me go down here, though. So Tennessee's playing Wolford, plus 1,300. So if Wolford knocks them off, that's a big payout. The book's got to pay.
How many people would have that bet?
They're all taking the favorite,
right?
You think?
That's what I'm thinking. So
I think this tournament, least people take money line favorites in this tournament, because shit can happen. I don't know though. I'm guessing here.
I think there's some prayers in there. I'm just saying, like, say a team like a 14 seed makes it all the way to the Final Four. That's got to favor the book, no? Because it's not like a ton of people had, say, New Salem or James Madison making it all the way to the dance. That's like 5 or 6 upsets in a row. That's what I'm saying, Obes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm not.
No, it's a good question.
You are a money line guy, though.
I am a money line guy. Yeah, real men take the money line, but this tournament scares me.
Duke's at minus 50,000. It's up there on the screen.
Yeah,
to win this game. Yeah,
like Texas Tech,
minus 50,000.
Yeah, there you go. So let's just say St. Mary's somehow won, and every fucking beauty around the world went to DraftKings and put $100 on Mount St. Mary's, and for somehow they fucking won. I think that would sting DraftKings.
Am I wrong to think that this minus 50,000 to plus 4,000 is just a little off? Does that not favor the bookie big time, no matter what happens? Like, if Mount St. Mary should be plus 40,000.
Yes.
Yeah. Doesn't work like that.
Is it?
No, yeah.
But
you're right.
A differential of 46,000?
Yeah.
Well, that they're going to get
they're making the lines so they can do that. Yeah. But I know what you're saying. In a fair world, if everything was fair, Up Dog, they would be
6'5" and have a huge ranch.
Yeah, they would be minus 40,000, right?
Yeah.
No, plus 40,000. They'd be plus 40,000, right?
Yeah. Why would you even bet on that game though? Like, do you like John Shire and the Duke Blue Devils that much?
Well, I would say this.
What's the point of even betting that game?
I think, what do you think the average bet is at DraftKings?
$17.
$4. So I think there's guys sprinkling the infield around the country are praying. Like, I'm going to say Matty Fernandez, for example. Shout out to he's in Rhode Island. I'm thinking he probably tickles a lot of underdogs, hoping that something hits, right? Something hits.
So throw like $4 on St. Mary's there.
Well, I mean, let's call it. I was just saying that's what the average bet is. But let's say they throw, $20 on it, or I would throw $100 on it, like,
yeah.
And if a lot of people have it and it hits, I just think it could sting the book. But I got fucking Auburn winning it, and they're number 1 seed, so I'm taking the favorites, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just think of all things, you could throw NFL football in there too because it's one game, but basketball, this, you're an association guy. Basketball is built for a 4 to 7 series, like hockey.
Yes.
Now you're playing one game. Anything can fucking happen. And a lot of these teams I find that are in smaller conferences and stuff, they're not that bad. Like a 7 to 10 seed, it's like they're the same.
Yeah.
They're the same.
Yeah.
Like
a 12-5.
Yeah, like
that's a sneaky matchup.
Sneaky
look for a lot of 12s, at least one to knock off a 5.
Look at this McCheese right now. Up on Clemson.
Here you go.
23 early.
Where the fuck is McCheese?
Here we go.
I don't know. McNeasy.
Swing easy.
Can we find out what the line was before the start of this game? And then that's not to take into consideration, boys, if you're taking the points too, right? If you think like, okay, I'm going to take all the underdogs getting points, and hoping they keep it tight. I think it's a crapshoot, and I think it scares the book. But I don't know. We should email draft.
No, I don't.
See, are you guys scared right now? Are you scared?
Nothing scares the book. They say the more the merrier. Bring on more bets, we make more money. 100%.
Historically, right? Historically, yeah.
Of all the brackets submitted online each year, how many are perfect brackets?
None.
There's none, right? There's like maybe one.
Isn't it Warren Buffett or somebody says they'll give you like $1 million if you get a perfect bracket?
It should be more than that.
More than that?
It should be more than that. Like
is it Warren Buffett or did I pull that right out of my ass?
It might have, but it made sense.
I figure he's got enough,
Jimmy, maybe?
Jimmy Buffett.
All right.
Yeah. I got Auburn going to the dance. Who'd you guys take?
War Eagle?
War Eagle. And listen, this is the only reason I took Auburn. I haven't watched 1 second of college hoops. I used to watch it when I played in the league. I definitely watched college hoops. And then when I first retired, I still kind of watched it. Now,
sorry.
No, that's all right.
Sorry to cut you off.
No.
You were right. Warren Buffett.
But
he's giving you $1 billion.
Oh, billion.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
impossible.
No, I'm with you.
But he's lowered his award to $1 million.
Okay.
Really? No one's
limited the competition to just his Berkshire Hathaway employees. He was given $1 billion though at one point in 2014, a perfect bracket, $1 billion.
Someone did it?
No, but who's giving it to you?
It's impossible to do it.
Oh shit!
It's impossible. Okay, so
you know who I really want to see do well though, Obes?
Who?
St. John's. Rick Pitino in that cocaine white suit. It needs to come out at some point. I don't think it's going to come out unless they make it to, I would say, at least the Elite 8, probably the Final 4.
I got him going to the Final 4.
But I would love to see St. John's in the mix.
Yeah. Shout out to Keegan Bradley. Went to St. John's. I saw Pertino. Is that how I say it? Patino.
I
saw him on Pat McAfee the other day. McAfee loves him. They were talking about old coaches and guys that he loved and recruiting guys. I'm like, this guy seems like a fucking beauty. So I got him going to the Final 4.
Yeah, he's an old school Providence, Rhode Island gangster, man. That he's like one of arguably the founding fathers of college hoops.
He knows where some of the bodies are buried.
Yeah,
he knows
where a lot of those guys.
He knows.
Yes, he's buried a few
somewhere in Jersey.
Yeah,
somewhere in Jersey,
somewhere in upstate New York.
I took Auburn boys because I love Charles Barkley. He went to Auburn. They're the number 1 seed. The little research I did do, they got this slick little left-hander that can hit the 3 and take it to the cup. So I'm on Auburn. I'm on Auburn hard. I'm in 3 pools. Who did you got St. John's winning?
St. John's, yep.
Did you get in?
I didn't do a pool.
No.
Like I said, I know
someone.
Nothing.
Pick some.
Gonzaga.
Ooh. I got them to do some.
I might bet them right now -7.5 first game.
Who are they playing?
Georgia.
Yeah, I got them beating Georgia.
Yeah.
Got the
7.5. That's a lot of points, eh?
A lot of points.
I'm going to take it.
I went to March Madness games when I played in Tampa. They're fun. And then I went to one here at Honda Center against Gonzaga and Texas Tech.
Yeah.
And you want to talk about pretty girls from both schools. The old Lubbock, Texas Southern girls, and then the Gonzaga. Where's Gonzaga? Spokane?
Spokane,
they're playing
Washington.
Wichita this game, Lopes.
You know what I love, too? Speaking of just college hoops, Michigan State, Tom Izzo. That's just an old good ball coach there too. I love Michigan. This old Sparty, he's got that grit to him.
Yeah, he actually chimed in on the McAfee show. One guy was talking, and he's like, Tom Izzo just said it's all about matchups.
Yep.
It's all about matchups.
Yeah, he would recruit toughness. He'd bring kids in from inner city Detroit, Draymond Green from Saginaw. Like, he always had good Michigan kids.
Is that where Draymond Green's from?
Yeah, shout out to Sag. Yep.
What do you think of Draymond Green?
Say what you want, man. He brings toughness.
Yeah,
I like that on the floor.
And he don't give up.
And he don't give a fuck. And practice fights, any fight, he'll show up.
I do like a good practice fight.
You know what I mean? Like, basketball misses guys like Draymond Green. He's a dying breed.
Yeah. No, he definitely
His teammates love him.
And he uses his platform. You know, I think he has his own podcast. And then when the years they don't go to the championship, he's on inside the NBA with Chuck and the boys. I think more hockey players, current players, should do that. Like, they should have their own podcast. And then if they're out, they should go on TNT.
Yes.
You know, and fucking, you just played in the playoffs or you just got beat out. Like, go on there and fucking show your brand. And I do respect that Draymond does that.
And I love that Draymond will bring on guys, like the media will always have questions about certain guys, and then I'll have them on his podcast and put them on his platform, say like a guy like Kevin Durant will go speak. It's cool. Like, that's how hockey should be instead of just the nerds in the media.
I agree.
It's like basketball guys stick together in that.
They do.
They do. They use each other for promotional benefits, which they should. Hockey players could do the same thing.
We know I sit here and complain about NBA salaries a lot, but they know how to sell their game and their product and their personality for sure. But they also play with, just shorts and a fucking, cutoff on. We got helmets and everything else. They'll
see their wrench through the shorts.
Yeah. Now everyone's got a visor with the same helmet and fucking tinted. You can't see them. It's tough to fucking sell the game.
One guy that stood out to me at watching him last week, though, live is Ovi has a look that no one really has in the league. Like, everyone looks kind of like the Matthews, Patty Kane, Hughes, that American sniper.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, no one looks like Ovi. No one has.
The oversized
big pants. Like, he's got the double XL pants, yellow laces sometimes back in the
curve.
You probably don't remember this, but they came in like every year, how the NHLPA or NHL does the season start of like the meeting. And they're all over the equipment, like rolling your sleeves up and this and that. And they're like, this is the guy that Bettman hates the most. And it was Ovi. And he had his yellow laces with his fucking tinted visor and his shit rolled up. And I'm like, he just looked like a gangster. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy? This is what we want.
Yeah.
But at that time, Bettman was like, this is what they're trying to get away from him. The yellow laces and all that stuff.
They wanted to make everyone skinny and smaller back then.
Remember
tight pants.
I used to have refs come up to me and my see my elbow pad. Like, yeah, roll, put that down. I'm like, fuck, what?
Yeah, they wanted more uniform.
Yeah, they wanted us to all look the same, be the same.
Be a minion. Good soldier.
Until, turn a couple over, then you can't hide. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. You can't fucking hide. So, I got Auburn, War Eagles, let's go. St. John's, I hope I see them in the Final Four, baby. But I'm going to be watching some March Madness. It's a great tournament. DraftKings, good luck. As Uppy says, you guys want the heat. You're going to get it through March Madness. The pickleball was played yesterday. Thank God we don't have to play another game today, Up Dog, because my neck, shoulders are fucking in one, completely in one. But let's start with the Missin Curfew production team. Let's start, we've all missed a curfew. We've all missed a bus. We've all missed a meeting, but Kyle and Ice Pick, let's talk about your tardiness there yesterday, boys. What the fuck went on?
Well, yeah, the Ice Pick, I can't speak quite for him. I know I was on my other job at 5 a.m. all the way out in Chino, so I was up.
Oh.
I just buzzed over, made it to you boys.
Okay.
Pick.
The Ice Pick. What was going on with the Ice Pick?
I think you might have had an executive spot.
I was literally up editing and uploading the episode from yesterday. So yeah.
Yeah, and then what? You may or may not have forgot. You may or may not have forgot your camera. Correct?
That we don't need to talk about that part.
It's okay, boys. That's why it's called Missin Curfew. You guys killed it though. During the pickleball game,
we're just committing to the name. That's it.
Yeah, exactly, boys. That's
nothing's perfect.
Oh, Missin Curfew.
They showed up.
We were sitting there waiting for the second bus, having a coffee.
Yeah, we were on Ice Pick time, baby.
It felt like we were going to a game.
Yeah, it did.
Right, we were just sitting there having a coffee, talking about nonsense.
Yeah.
And who we playing?
Talking about trim.
So you're a big pickleball guy now.
Yeah, we'll be out there probably every week
You
now.
changed your whole philosophy on
what a fun game that.
You're now a pickleball guy.
Yeah. Well, I was watching highlights last night, just laughing in bed because, like you were talking about, Uppy, is the good players. They play inside the kitchen the whole time.
The whole time.
It's just a dink fest.
It's dink fest.
So what is a skill inside of that? Like, Obes, you were talking about how this is it actually a sport? I don't think it is. I'm actually going to say it's not a sport.
Well, by the amount that you were fucking sweating out there,
I had a good
you looked
lap
like
ride.
Patrick Ewing playing for the Knicks back in the day at MSG. I thought you would have considered it as a workout. Like I know you had the long tights on, and you had the kind of the sweatshirt cut off and the headband. I mean, your headband alone it intimidated me because I was going to wear a headband. I was going to go headband with a pair of glasses, and your headband looked so fresh that I was just like, I got to wear a Missin Curfew hat. So you did look great, but I thought from your sweating that you would have thought it was a sport, but we still haven't convinced you, have we?
Yeah, I had a good lather on, but I mean, I'm a guy that'll sweat even read a book. So it's just kind of just how I got to play my game.
So were you changing your gitch in between periods all the time and shit? Like
4 shirts a game, 5 shirts a game. Yeah, strip it down. Just too much sweat. Like, I don't know why it is, man.
So when you're in the bedroom fucking right on the headboard, you're sweating a lot too. You got to keep a towel near there. You just let her just enjoy it, baby. Here you go.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
take it on.
You can wear
lubrication, eh?
Yeah, just you might have to be wearing a little bit of this sweat. I might miss you. Like,
you're gonna have to.
Are you guys still thumping that hard? You're leaking nowadays, or
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about him, bro.
No, are you? Yeah. Yeah, good session, like going full.
He's young and single. Fucking right he is.
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, I mean, I'm usually cold tub after for sure.
Yeah,
cold shower.
48 degrees, or
46. Yeah,
that's nice.
But no, it's back to your point. I just think I don't know. Like you guys were, and we don't want to have to dive into the whole match.
No, we'll let the tape do the talking when it comes.
Right, but to me, it's like an old school YMCA racquetball style. Like you got to know the strategy of the game, and then I was getting caught running too much. Like I was trying to use my legs like tennis.
Yeah.
Where I was getting caught in just kind of no man's land a little bit.
You were getting caught between the shit and the stink a little bit.
Yeah.
And didn't tell. Great game for.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Great game for first couple times.
And Bobby Gucci too, his forehand. Like,
yeah.
When we started warming up, I turned to Updog and said, scouting report, stay away from Bobby Gucci's forehand. So I just started working that backhand of his, which needs some work. When you guys are in Scottsdale and in between the 9 shows you guys do a day, make sure you work on his backhand because his backhand, it's a little light.
Well, we won't be playing any pickleball. We play a real sport.
Is his backhand? How is it in tennis?
Yeah, he would tell you. I mean, I'm not going to speak for him, but he would say it's probably weak, but his forehand's good.
Well, he has a microphone back there, doesn't he? Bobby Gucci.
How we doing, boys?
How would you say is your backhand in tennis?
It's still shit, but it's coming along. I mean, it's got a lot of work, but luckily I just backpedal as far as I need to switch my forehand.
You get around it.
Yeah,
get around it.
Clear the hips.
Get around it, get on top of it, all that.
Bobby Gucci, are you still sticking to the guns that pickleball is not a sport as well as your boy Jay Swish here? Patrick Ewing?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to say it's a sport, it's a terrible one. It's just it's the worst thing. I had a horrible time with you guys, and I'm never going to be back. And that house yesterday.
I would say
you wish we could go back to that house.
Yeah, the house sucked. The view wasn't good. I just had a really bad time, so I'm going to leave Newport and I'm never coming back.
I would say pickleball is closer to paintball than it is to tennis.
That's crazy.
Uppy's good at paintball. I suck at paintball. I'm too fat, too slow.
You're just trying to whack at each other.
Yeah, I hate paintball, but Uppy's really good
for the kill.
Yeah. Uppy's good.
And it's all about control and
and pickleball.
That's one thing I'll sweat at actually.
Yeah.
Paintball.
You don't sweat, eh?
I don't sweat much, but paintball get your heart rate going like no one's business.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking doer. It's shot or be shot.
Well, you're Bob Lee Swagger out there.
This one will get Swish and Heater pissed. International Olympic Committee board members could push pickleball through as an Olympic sport as soon as 2028.
So all the guys that can't play on the tennis tour, they go over to pickleball and they're like the best players. We're talking like college level tennis guys, and then they go dominate.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, that's what they do because they
make a living, Brad.
Yeah, exactly. So they go to these random tournaments all over, and that's where even Brad Richardson in the group chat said tennis it's a gentleman's game. Richie always has.
Oh, he's one to talk about being a fucking gentleman at times, isn't he? He's one to fucking talk, eh? Oh, Richardson calling it a gentleman's game.
Richardson was calling it.
I grew up in Belleville, Ontario. He wasn't allowed in the goddamn tennis courts there. They locked him out. Sent him to Sterling. Go back to the lake.
He was more of a skate park guy, eh? Boston Pieces and the bowling alley.
He was just on the golf course or the lake, that guy.
Yeah.
That's where you could find him. Or the gym. He's much like yourself. He loves to work out. Like your workout dedication still is through the roof.
You gotta sweat. You gotta
get it out of you.
Motion is lotion.
But thank you to Ice Pick and Kyle Conway. Seriously, boys. And thank you to Chazman for letting us use that unbelievable court. The footage will be out probably in the next month or so, whenever the boys can cut it up, and try not to make me look so fat and slow. Good luck with that one. But I thought our communication, was pretty on point.
You and I's game.
Yeah, our communication, like you tell that we
too much away, but I think we played pretty good.
Yeah, and we could just communicate, and we were reading well off each other, and with the reads, it was like we've known each other for a while. We could tell.
It's
tell the court. You can tell the court.
we're out on the sheet again, bud.
Yeah,
I know where you are.
Yeah.
You
And we didn't have to play in our do zone.
Beaver tail, just smack, smack, smack. Up dog.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking like we did it 100 million times.
Communication's key in every.
You guys were good out there, Oves. You kept yelling, uppy yours, your or mine. That was key. It was really good
We
communication.
show up to the club and it would get to our table. I knew exactly where you're going to be.
Yeah.
I could close my eyes and know exactly where you are.
Right across from you, up high. Hey, up high.
Good elevation, baby.
Yeah.
Jay Swish, like I said yesterday, if you guys do want to, do another content piece for some doubles tennis,
Yep.
I'll suck it up and try. I don't know how many sets I could play, to be honest with you.
You were saying maybe a one-setter.
I don't know, maybe a one setter.
We can take a little break in between, too.
Yeah, but once the big engine calms down, it's hard to get her back going.
Yeah, we'll break out the Flexol.
Which
Dust up.
the icy hot. Maybe the icy
I
hot.
don't want anything to do with them playing tennis.
Uppy's pretty good,
without
though, too.
Dunker.
Yeah, without Dunker. Yeah.
So you guys are just you guys are tennis players.
Yeah.
Tennis is an animal.
Okay, what about basketball?
I'm not guarding you. I'm not guarding.
Bobby Gucci.
I'd take Gucci.
I'm not.
What other sport?
Because I know those elbows are coming out. I'll guard you, but just
I'll back you.
Can you just
I'll
keep it under my chin at least with the elbow?
Can't guarantee you. Maybe the third rib at least. Boom. By the way,
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's
third.
fine.
No, I'm not going to hit you in the money.
No,
Yeah.
we could go play a couple rounds of tennis. I think we could take them on.
You think?
Yeah, like we just hit.
You got me scared now.
No,
Well, O'Brien has a good net game. If he's at the net, like you have,
Can I just stay at the net?
yeah, you have good hands. Like
I
you
do
do.
at the net. So you're going to be fucking working. Where?
Like you were talking about, like you were always
in shit. It's
My serve sucks, but I'll find a way to just massage one in there.
Smoothie Douglas.
sweep it away from his forehand.
Yeah. Hey, can in tennis we both can't be at the net, can we?
What's that?
In
You
tennis,
Uppy?
like in doubles, can we both be at the
Yeah,
net?
if you wanted to, but
But it's not gonna
You
work.
wouldn't want to play like the way.
No.
But you would be good at the net. Like
Oh, yeah.
you actually have. I'm not trying to suck your wrench here. You have better feet than I thought. You have pretty good feet.
Fuck. Tell Bob Hartley that.
Pretty good.
Hey,
feet.
hey, tell Bob Hartley that.
Smack him for me too. Yeah.
Give him a shot in that third rib I was talking about too. If you see all that Bob Hartley.
to tell him, smack him too.
It was a great time, boys. And once again, thank you to Ice Pick and Kyle Conway. Before we go to break, boys, let's not forget this show is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Missin Curfew, DraftKings bets, baby. Presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. We went over, did a little content piece yesterday. The up dog couldn't make it. He had to take his son Beckham to hockey.
First hockey practice. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves hockey, eh?
Loves the game.
You don't want him playing like baseball or something where he's going to make like $500 million or like, isn't that age? You don't care about that. He just what he likes.
He just loves the game. He wears McJavid jersey. I lost his black helmet, so he had a pink fucking helmet on his Izzy's helmet. But I mean, the kid loves the game.
You can't have him wearing a pink helmet.
Whatever he wants to do, I'm for it.
I got to step in here.
If he wants to like dance, you're out.
You're a great father, but we go back a long time. You can't
Pink
be wearing
helmet.
we can't be wearing pink helmet. Hey,
I know. I should just put on my backwards Utah Hockey Club hat. I'm like, are you sure you want to wear that helmet? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. Shit. Tough look.
Yeah.
I mean, as he gets older, he can wear a nice pink. You can wear pink nice, but a pink helmet, I'm like, I don't know.
You know what I did do though? I tucked the socks over the back of the
Nasty
skates.
style.
I never did that.
Yeah.
He went like Patty Kane style. I made him look like Patty Kane.
Johnny, yeah. The first guy I thought ever did that was it Patty Kane or Jonathan Taves Kane?
Patty Kane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was short.
Yeah.
Well, Nick
Taves-
Lick from Rocket.
Taves was doing a little bit of both, I think, when he first came.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
He did it both.
He was good.
The Sedines look nasty.
But you know who used to do it? Was Pavel Bure used to do it
Yeah.
back in the
All the good Euros always had that nice back tuck.
Was he on my
Nasty
top
style.
5? He was on my top.
Yeah, he was in your Mount Rushmore, top 4.
Yeah, Lindstrom.
Lindstrom, right?
And Bure.
And Bure.
Yeah, it was interesting. Top 5. Yeah.
That's sick.
Look at those tarps.
Huh?
Those buried. Look at those black ones. Those are the white and black and gold are sick
Yeah, but
too.
they go to the skates.
Who was he whacking when he played?
Everything.
Everything that-
Kornikova.
He was Anna Kournikova.
Yeah.
Did he take down Sharapova too, or was that Fedorov?
Later in his day. I think.
Him and Fedorov and Burry were both going toe to toe for Kournikova, right?
Yeah.
Who whacked her first? I can't
Eskimo
remember.
brothers.
Yeah.
I'm sure maybe same time.
Depending on the schedule, where
Yeah,
Canucks is
so
down.
go to that one on the left side, the white jersey where he's taking the slap shot. Yeah, look at how he wore his skates. So, yeah, see, that's how I had Beckham looking yesterday.
That's NHL.
What's he wearing there? The old.
Those are the old Bowers, bud. Those are the first.
Those are like
vapor.
fucking.
Ooh,
I don't know what those are.
Those have been in the Hockey Hall of Fame for
Look,
30 years.
He's got
those
what?
are the Micron.
Yeah, that's what they are. He's got the white stick tape around his ankle too. See that?
Nasty
Yeah,
stuff.
that's nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie Benn does.
By the way, is that not the best Vancouver Canucks jersey?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. They should go back to those 100%. Look at those babies.
He's got a welding shield on, though.
Well, he's going 100 miles an hour out there. He probably thought, like,
Yeah.
look at those cuffs on his wrist, too.
By the
That's
way-
when you know you're getting whacked and slashed. Look at those.
I didn't know, but Bauer completely stole the Cooper helmet.
Yeah,
They bought Cooper.
4,500.
They bought it.
They bought it.
That's the same fucking Bucky.
Yeah. I think they bought Cooper and turned it into Bauer or something. I don't know.
Guy's still wearing that helmet, right?
What kind of skates are those?
Carter rest still wore that helmet.
Yeah, Stetcher wears it. There's a few guys that wear that.
What'd you call those skates? You're right. The
Microns.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Microns, yeah.
That's what
I had them back in the day when hockey was cool. Yeah.
when hockey was cool. When hockey was cool.
I had them. Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah, I love it, baby. DraftKings, baby. Listen, shout out yesterday. You know, we went over to the whole classic. Shout out to Todd Pickup, Joe Mooney, and the boys. We went up to watch them play the Pro-Am. Saw Corey Pavin hit a couple butter cuts and then a nice little tight draw. But we were looking for John Daly. We didn't find him, but we found his Instagram.
Yep.
I was just about to go to bed when he sent that in the team text. I was like, well, boy, John. He's like, I'm at the 19th hole. Get rid of that fruit juice.
Yeah, he was chirping Bob Gucci with the little red wine on the course. He
Yeah.
even mentioned 19th hole, so he watched all the stories that day, but it was still a cool event. You even saw David dusted off Duval out there.
That was great. We're leaving. He's like, I wish I saw David Duval. David dusted off Duval. We're walking. He's teeing off 10. I'm like, that's him right there.
Yeah.
And he did a great little 93-1 video.
Did he have his baggy pants on back in the day? Those are sick.
He's skinny right now.
Yeah.
He's on Ozempic or something.
Remember those baggy pants
Yes.
he won,
Oh, yeah.
he won his tournaments with?
Yes.
Remember-
He's the number one golfer. He took it from Tiger for a while.
Yeah. 2001 British Open champ. It's crazy he only won one major.
Yeah, Open Championship.
Did
Yeah.
you look that up? Yeah. But he was number one golfer in the world.
Oh, yeah. Remember he wore the Titleist with the Oakley shades? Here he is, Tommy Hilfiger.
He had good style.
Fucking
Let's
look
see
at that
it.
bucket.
The pride of Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh,
Yeah. Does he look old, boys?
he looks skinny.
Yeah, he did.
And a lot of golfers on the Champions Tour, they spend so much time in the sun, their skin's a little crocodile.
What's that course going to play like this week for those boys? What's going to be the winning score?
Well,
Can they go low?
Kyle, what was it last year? Can you check? Because it was cold and windy last year. I stopped by the event last year for, I was there an hour and left because it was so shitty. But weather's perfect all week. Course is mint. Todd Pickup's got it just fucking mint. I think they can attack it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was watching some of these guys yesterday, and like if you're like Podrick Harrington and these guys that just turned 14 under one.
Yeah, here's last year's up there on the screen.
And now he's
Yeah.
in wind.
Oh, the mechanic third. Wow, he's on the podium.
R. Kelly.
Yeah,
Tied
Gerald.
for fifth.
But like if you just turned 50, like Podrick Harrington's probably what, 53? Like these guys have an advantage over, Corey Pavin. I saw Bill Hawes out there.
KJ Choi loves the sand.
Bill Hawes isn't gonna make any noise this week,
No.
Stephen Ames says he's Canadian, but he's not. Remember when he chirped Tiger in the match play? He's like, if Tiger drives it the way he drives it, I can beat him. Tiger closed him out on 10.
Yeah. See ya, buddy.
Thanks for coming, Stephen.
Yeah.
Ernie Els, the Big Easy.
The Big E's.
Doesn't mind some red wine.
Bernard Langer, never sleep on him.
No, he's made more money on the Champions Tour than he did on the PGA Tour. I
Have you
think.
seen his caddy, his brother? He's like just a skinny, anorexic version of him.
I went with Steeler for a practice round at Torrey Pines, and Alex Chetka was playing by himself with his caddy, smoking darts in his practice round years ago. I was like,
Yeah.
fucking guy's a beauty.
Smoke him if you got him.
Smoke him, just playing, not playing anyone, just him and his caddy, smoking darts,
Yeah.
getting the lay of the land. KJ Choi. Is John Daly up there at all?
He's got to be like plus 10,000.
Freddie. We saw Brian Gay yesterday. He's jacked.
He is, isn't he?
Woody Austin, Jay Haas, Boo Weekly, all those guys up. So they were playing.
There
when
he
we were
is
coming
right
up.
there, Daly.
Daly plus
Is that 100,000?
10,000?
10.
It's a Hyundai.
That's plus 100,000.
100,000.
Might have to sprinkle it. Is he going to finish, though?
I just said, what are the odds of him finish the tournament again?
Yeah.
I know. Are we?
Or with the tournament. Where are we having beers with him?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Where are we? We're going to Rothschild's night team dinner. Where's John going to be? Let's try to track him down. Let's try to track him
I
down.
will throw this out there because a friend of mine, a good friend of the pod, Noah, good buddy of his in Bentonville, Arkansas, is best buddies with John Daly.
Bentonville, Arkansas.
We're talking
Good
counties.
town. It's a good town, actually.
Is it?
The Walmart.
Yeah, it's Walmart. It's
The
nice there.
Waltons have built this town up. It's supposed to be.
I went to a wedding there last year. It's fucking beautiful. I thought I was in Orange County.
supposed to be a
Saudi Arabia. Now he's talking Arkansas on me. Fuck, you're worldly, bro.
No,
You're
so
worldly.
the Walton family's built a whole thing around mountain biking and everything in the city. It's techie, it's kind of cool, whatever. But we got an unofficial invite to John Daly's golf tournament in Nashville. April like 23rd, 25th. He's like, you guys, it'd be 100%. You guys should come.
Fuck, Steve.
Where does he play? He plays at Old Hickory?
I don't know. I don't know.
We should go in there though.
Can you imagine what kind of golf tournament he'd put on?
Well, Bob Rock would be there for sure.
Bobby Rock would be there.
It's in Nashville, you said?
Bumper probably.
Yeah, you were talking about that course,
Yeah.
Old Hickory.
Yeah.
But he also has a course in Arkansas, John Daly, that I thought he just opened.
Here, let's just let's figure it out.
That would be worth it just to go see who he's hanging out with alone.
Yeah.
Be all time.
April 22nd, 23rd. He's going to send me the info.
Lions Den Golf Course. This was the one he plays in Arkansas. Where do you, what'd you call it? What was the city you said?
Bentonville.
No, this is
No. It's
Dardanelle, Arkansas, where he has another course, Lions Den Golf Course.
but his golf tournament's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
sorry. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying he has. I saw him on his social media promoting this course and drinking his new
sick.
drinks. Like, yeah, John Daly, man.
Should we do a fucking trip? Or I mean, I got to get these in before I'm having this.
I would go.
Yeah,
I would go. Good boy. Support it. Get Missin Curfew in there.
Go see the Preds in the first round.
Go see the bumper.
go. You guys could catch.
Sorry, Barry.
You could go in and catch the Preds year-end bender. Is what you could catch with the Fact Daddy. There you go.
That Tin Roof.
Catch a time.
Yeah.
A time would be
Go see the Scotty William Upshaw sign over at Tin Roof. One of the best days of the year.
Still there?
Yeah.
February 15th.
Yes.
Anyways, John, we're going to track you down here tonight. The boys are going to be out. We're going to Rothschilds, Frankie.
Yeah,
We're getting pinned. We're fucking tracking John down, buddy. Let's have a couple. DraftKings top titty boys. The winner was Holly Vindicator. Is that how you say it? Swishy?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, I think so. 117 points. Up dog.
Oh, back in it.
Up dog. Not only did he play,
I was first.
sixth.
I was going first for a while there. Brento was like, "Can you give me the play-by-play?"
Fucking Richie. Richie's in, and now he's figured this out. He was 10th. The captain, Brento, 11th. I finally had a good week at 24th. And Kyle. What happened, Kyle?
Back of the pack again.
What happened, fella?
I was just telling Pick, I went second, third, and fourth 3 weeks in a row, and now I've gone 50th and 51st. It's the hockey gods. They don't want me to win.
I spread mine around a bit this week. I didn't go so like McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl down the pipe kind of thing. I kind of like, I'll tell you my team. I tried to spread around the wealth. And I tried to also parlay it into my lock of the night where I had the Sens going into the big smoke. So I had Timmy Stutzel, who put up only 6 points, JT Miller 7, Brady Tkachuk 6, Updog, one of your former teammates, David Perron, and his tongue's out, got me 13 points. Kiefer Sherwood got me 12, Quinn Hughes 11, Nick Jensen put up a donut for me. Come on, Nick.
Well, you can't be taking Nick Jensen.
Battle of the Ball. Does he not play?
Well, he's Bet of Ontario there?
Is he not playing? I
What
thought I called block shots or something, no?
fuck, fight, or hold the light? I don't even know what he's doing.
I don't know.
He's a serviceable defenseman. I think he skates well.
Serviceable defenseman is the polite way of saying he shouldn't really be in the National League, right? Like, he's serviceable. Or he's like, he's on the fringe of like, this guy's not great.
I would say serviceable is you're going to play anywhere from 4 to 6 as a defenseman. in the
That's
lineup,
nothing.
right?
Oh, I thought you meant 4 to 6 minutes.
No. In the 4 hole to the 6 defense. Serviceable, like proven, serviceable, good, but he's not going to put up a ton of fantasy.
Is
numbers.
Luke Shen serviceable?
He's serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He can just sit, still fight,
That's about all. He
block, hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very serviceable.
Tell you what, for a guy who's serviceable, every trade deadline for the last 6 years, he's been the guy that's like, we're going after Luke Shen. I'm like,
Because he's got that just inner linings of.
Happens when you win 1-2 down the stretch and you stay healthy and you're a good guy. And
yeah, I see.
And
If I would have won that cup in Anaheim, it would have been a lot different.
You bring.
I would have been more serviceable.
Yeah, because he's a guy
Yeah,
you
but-
bring in. He has another element that
even
nobody
if
has.
if Luke Shen won a cup when he was 22, it wouldn't have played out like it has. He won one late as that guy,
Yes.
and he got to be that guy.
He had to go down to the jungle.
If you win one at 22 in a different role, yeah, your personality and what you bring to the table only lasts you so long. But when you are in the big moments and you get to win, changes.
So you're saying it does. If you're a Stanley Cup champ, it depends on the situation that you're a Stanley Cup champ.
Well, when you get one early, it's great, and you'll always be a Stanley Cup champ. But as your career goes on, you get to the last little bit, and the GMs are starting to fill these spots. Like, do they want the guy that won 12 years ago and his role was completely different, or they want a guy that came in and fucking changed the way the team acted, and he can still bring that piece, and he doesn't think he's anything different. He's that guy.
I would say that
Serviceable piece.
Zach Bogosian falls into the same category. One in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Fuck,
Right?
Zach Bogosian's still play. Yeah,
Still playing.
Yeah, I got to give him credit. And finding a way to get it done very nicely in Minnesota.
Right? Like he's a
No
guy
visor.
No visor. Sick.
So Uppy's saying if I would have won the Cup in 06 with the Ducks, I don't get traded, my phone never rings. That later in my career, Jerry Joe couldn't have spun it like, hey, listen, O'Brien, yeah, he's slowing down a bit. Yeah, he likes to have, he's still single, but fuck, he won a Cup with the Ducks.
If you
don't think Jerry Joe could have spun it for me like that 10 years after winning it?
I don't know. Robert
if you
Robert says no.
If you won in Vancouver, 100%.
One in Vancouver.
Obi's a good guy. He's single still, but fuck, he brings an element we don't have. He fights, he blocks shots, he's got better skill than we think.
Yeah.
And he's only 2 or 3 years removed from winning a Cup.
Cup.
And he's on a winning team. He was a piece of that team.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Right.
So there's a expiry date on winning your mug.
I think Uppy's right. Uppy's right. Uppy's right.
Well, that's good because I often lay at night, when I can't sleep some nights or whatever, I think about that. Fuck, if I would have won that Cup, maybe I would have, got to 800 games.
See, you have the dreams.
And maybe made it a couple more sheets.
If that dream is true and I have...
No, it's a nightmare, bro. I'm laying there, I actually can't sleep, look at the ceiling.
I have the dreams like I actually just won the Cup. And I'm like, finally, see, fuck you guys, I won. And then I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm just like...
Could be the microphones.
Finally, just give me your...
Could be the 2 balls of wine and the mushrooms and the weed that you smoked before you went to bed. But
just like,
fuck
finally.
It. When's the parade? Loops. Fuck, man. That's Christina. Fuck me. Is that Izzy crying? Fuck. I thought a couple birds over there. Fuck, I'm in one.
Back up, come here. Let me
back up. Fuck, I thought I won the Cup, buddy, but listen.
He's got the pink helmet on.
Change your diaper for you, fella.
Yeah. Let's get you back out there. Let's take that pink helmet off.
I don't have any, dreams about hockey like that, really. Like winning or...
It's a curse right now. I still do.
No, I have some. I have some regrets when the head hits the pillow some nights. I do have some regrets there, but you've just taken one of my regrets away because you told me that even if I would have won the Cup in 06 with the boys, it wouldn't have been okay. It wouldn't have been a bargaining tool for Jerry Joe in 2018 when I needed a fucking gig. Okay, so I was done.
It's got an 8-year fuse on it.
It's got an 8-year fuse. That's good to know for the fellas out there listening to it. You got 8 years to use that Cup to stay in the fucking league. So remember that come July 1st, make sure you don't overlap it or don't take advantage of it. So that's good news. So that all started because of Top Titty. So get in the game, stay under the salary cap. The more beauties play, the more dollars are up for grabs. Kyle Conway does a great job with the link. Although Richardson was all over him this Saturday. But hey, Richardson was all over you about getting that link out.
Yeah, it was like my alarm. My wake up call was Richie. He's like, buddy, get it out.
I'm like, well, Richie, you like this Top Titty?
He's into it. He loves it.
Richie's like, I haven't been to bed yet. Fuck, give me that link. Let's move on, boys. DraftKings, Saturday night, lock of the night. Poor Updog here.
9-9 though. It's pretty good.
Updog's 9-9. He's 500 here. He's fucking tinkering and fucking falling under 500 here. But more importantly, the Missin Curfew squad is 40-23. I am 15-8. I had the Sens beat the Leafs last weekend. That a boy Brady and Bath. Richie needed a win. He got one. He's 6-4. Lightning beating the Bruins. Jay Swish has been seeing the ball very well this year. He's 10-2. And like I said, as a squad, we're 40-23. We are making you money. I am going to go first. I've said on this podcast Tuesday with you guys or Wednesday with you guys that I'm taking the Oilers and Avs the rest of the way in. Cost me last night. I'm going to get that in my milk carton. I am going to take Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and the Edmonton Oilers at home. I get Disco Dan Bilesma and the Seattle Kraken as my DraftKings lock of the night, Swishy.
Kraken like rain, Obes.
Kraken like rain.
Yeah, so I like that pick. I'm going to try to stay hot here. We're going to the chin of the Midwest. We're going over to the Enterprise Center in downtown, beautiful and scenic St. Louis. I got the Blues at home versus the Chicago Blackhawks. Storied rivalry. Binnington playing well. Hopefully gets the nod that night on Saturday. Nick Leddy looks really good back there. Cam Fowler, Ryan Suter. I like the buzz with this team, boys. Jimmy Montgomery, all those guys in St. Louis. So I got the Blues at home. That's a 2 p.m. matinee. Oh, that game will probably be, minus 275, somewhere in there for the Blues, I would say. But I take the action, trust it. They're going to get it done.
It's a must-win.
Yes.
It's a must-win. They're tied right now with the Vancouver Canucks with 75 points. The Canucks have a game in hand. If the St. Louis Blues are going to get in the dance, you have to beat the fucking Blackhawks at home. You have to, and that's why it's a good lock of the night issue.
That's my lock of the night, boys.
Fellas, I'm going to bring this baby down to Capital One Arena in the state's capital in the country's capital, Washington. We got an afternoon matchup. First in the Atlantic, Florida Panthers coming in to play the first in the Metro, Washington Capitals. This game is a 2 p.m. matinee here on the West Coast. Sergei Bobrovsky versus Logan Thompson, expected. 6-3 Washington. 6-3 Washington was their last game, boys. I'm taking the Capitals at home. Big match. Ovi's chasing greatness. Let's go, fellas.
Love it.
Washington Capitals. Get me on that back on the winning streak, 10-9. I'm looking to go 10-9, fellas.
I'll tell you what, we've missed the boat all year on the Caps at DraftKings. We should have been, betting them the entire fucking year. They got 45 wins. They got 98 points. Closing in on 100 after the Updogs lock of the night. But this team has just been all year long so consistent. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know if I bet them 5 fucking times all year.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's crazy. I bet them against the Ducks the other night when I went and watched. They made it interesting, mind you. They made it interesting. But I love their team, man. They got good older guys. They got a good mix of just toughness with goaltending. I feel like that Logan Thompson doesn't give a fuck out there.
Well, not after he just got his nice 5-year ticket or whatever.
No, but like he's kind of, I don't know. I don't.
Can you win with a lefty in the net? Who's the last lefty to win? Congarasso?
Yeah, maybe. Great.
Jersey, Coco. Can you win with a lefty in there?
Fucking, we had one, Thomas Volkun, fucking guy.
Yeah. You never won one, though.
No.
Can you win with a lefty?
I'm not faintly sure how it looks. Well, I got to be honest. I think you can,
fucking Finn,
but I don't like how it looks.
Can you win with
it's
a
a
lefty?
goofy Oppo Taco? Yeah. I don't love it.
I just don't like him because
the lefty quarterback. Can you win? Steve Young.
Yeah.
But
Mike
ball is
Vick.
curving the other way. It's not
never won one.
Never won one.
Never won one.
Who was the lefty quarterback? Steve Young?
Steve Young's probably the last one that I can remember winning it. Boomer Esiason back in the day. Wasn't Boomer Esiason a lefty?
He might have been.
Grant Fuhrer, Tony Esposito, Tom Barrasso.
Yeah, Tom Brasso.
Ken Dryden.
No, he's a righty. Ken Dryden.
We don't got any Nadals out there. Dude.
No
one's.
Yeah, I blame AI for that one.
That's okay, buddy.
You know what I mean? As a defenseman, too, when you're playing in front of him, like,
can you win with a lefty?
I don't know.
I just always hate them because low blocker is my only shot I really felt comfortable with. And when you put the goofy goalie in there, it takes the low blocker away. It's just catchy hand. I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And they look weird in there. I don't know.
Bad style.
Far side cheese, though, for you looks.
Yeah, far side cheese over the glove.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. You had that shot. I didn't have that shot.
Heel to toe.
Yeah. I would have missed the net. It would have been going the other way. And I would have been in a foot race, fucking going back, being like, go. Someone help me out. Get back switch. So, the Caps, though, boys, they've been playing great. Updog, I got a feeling you're going to get back in the win circle. DraftKings lock of the night. Fellas, always gamble responsibly, but get some skin in the game. Moving on here at Missin Curfew, Jay Swish. The Updog's already had a couple, but get this guy, a Labatt Blue fella.
Brought to you by Labatt. With Labatt, you can buy beer and get gear. Go to their website, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload it to gain points towards exclusive merch. Any size, any product, anywhere you're buying Labatt, sign up at rewards.labattusa.com. That is Chippewa Street, Buffalo, New York.
Crispy fella. That is crispy. Cannot wait to get, I don't want to wish my life away, but I can't wait to get to Buffalo in the fall with you boys and crush the Labatt Blues. Our boy Jason, we texted with him yesterday. Can't wait to get there and crush him with you.
Your shoulder hurts from pickleball. What's going to happen when you go through a goddamn table?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I'm probably not doing that.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. A business decision.
I'm just going to be honest with you.
Okay.
It's probably not going to happen. I don't know what I was thinking. I got all excited to go to Buffalo with you guys. I love Chippewa Street. And, the last time I was there with Richardson was a wedding, and it was sick. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll go through a table. But I'm not going through I'm not going through a table unless, I drink a whole thing of Blue Lights and some fucking guys get me, I don't know. I just... No.
Could happen, too.
What if we just slide a yoga mat underneath it?
A yoga mat?
Maybe a sleep number.
How about a king-size mattress and how about a Tempur-Pedic? How about a fucking pool? Throw a pool under there, maybe I'll fucking... Yeah, thanks, Rich. I'm not going to do that.
I'm looking out for you.
Talk about good content.
I might have to just maybe throw Ice Pick through a table the way. Maybe he'll... Ice Pick, what do you think about that, bud? Would you go through a table for the boys for content or no?
It doesn't sound like I have a choice.
That's the spirit, Ice.
See, that's the team guy that Ice Pick.
That's as cold as ice.
Speaking of team guy, Tom Wilson, friend of the show, should have been on Team Canada. He wasn't. Unfortunately, deserved to be there, and this is another reason why. 30 goals for the first time in his career. Updog, you scored 20. I had 13 career goals in my whole fucking career, but to score 30 goals in the National League For a guy who came in the league as a fourth liner, he's arguably the best right winger in hockey right now on the best team. So, Willie, get yourself a Labatt Blue fella. Up dog. This guy has turned himself into a legit first line right winger in the National League.
Plays the game the right way. Great leader. Like great locker room guy. Big reason why this team is where they are this year. We just spoke about it. Listen, came and said hi to me and my little guy at practice the other week. Just a guy's guy.
Yeah.
You got to fucking love the way this guy plays the game.
Yeah, good looking cat too, eh?
Good looking cat. He's got a little
There's no bucket.
His little son's name's Teddy. Beauty.
Teddy?
Little beauty.
Good
Teddy. Yeah,
Teddy Wilson.
Teddy Wilson.
Hey, Willie. Call him Teddy or Willie. Teddy. Teddy.
That's Theodore to you.
Yeah. Hey, that's theater to you, fella. So, Willie, get a little black blue in your fella. Keep it going. And my last get this guy a beer this week for me, Joseph Wall. Fuck you, bud. You deserve a blue light because you stuck it up my you-know-what. My abs were absolutely buzzing last night, and he stood on his head. He made 37 saves, and a lot of them were just, backdoor or 2-on-1, 3-on-2, McKinnon flying over to McCarr, and he absolutely stood on his head. So, Joseph Wall, fuck off, but get yourself a Labatt Blue, fella.
Love it.
Boys, I'm going to slide a little Labatt Tasty Blue Light to Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid, fellas, this week became the first NHL player to score multiple 3 points, actually, against 32 teams in his career. And we just kind of went over this a little bit. It was a little mind fuck, but, because we had 32 teams in the league, right? Well, the Coyotes last year came to Utah. Yeah. Isn't that 33 teams, Schmaltzy?
Bad math on the guy that went to college over here. You actually had to correct me.
I had to correct you. Listen, because
that is considered still the same hockey club, though.
He hasn't. No, it isn't. Not in this.
No, different franchise.
He has not scored 3 points against who? The Edmonton Oilers, fellas.
Yes.
So, therefore, he's got, 3 points against 32 NHL teams. That's pretty damn good.
He'll get his chance when he signs for 25 a year in Chicago. When he gets stuck in 7 for 25 a year, he'll be able to get
No, he's not going to do that to the boys.
Imagine he's like Leon, fella. I told you I was going to stay, but they just offered me 25 a year. I don't know what
do I do?
I don't know what to tell you. Good luck up here, though.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fucking cold.
I was talking to my brother about that. He's like, I hope he's not going to do it. But he's like, what if McDavid went to UFA? Like, what if he did?
I just
for the league.
I can't imagine if I wasn't Connor McDavid not going to UFA just for all the
exactly
like
buzz
fucking the buzz and like I'm the best player on the planet. Like salary cap is going up, the league is doing well. Let's hear what you got to say, boys.
Yeah,
let's hear what you got to say.
Back in Edmonton.
Well, that's yeah. Like I want to hear what you're saying.
They should mandate it just for the TV on.
Like, you remember when LeBron did it back in the day for the TV with Miami?
I was
just
just
crazy.
Think about behind the scenes of Connor McDavid being a UFA and following him, and then he could sell that to whoever the fuck he wants to sell it to.
Yeah, to sell it to Netflix. Yeah. Watching me go in and talk to teams and watch, thing.
All the meetings.
Unbelievable.
That would be sick.
Bet you make $25 million. He's good on the side.
Just on top of the 25 a year he's going to make with the Black
Create an OnlyFans account. Just go to town.
Like, make it interesting, just from a pure entertainment side.
Yeah.
And just see what's out there.
I couldn't imagine.
Don't show your loyalty at the end of the day, but make him sweat of it.
Yeah, like, I mean, I got to UFA. I thought, fuck, I've been in the league 5 years. I'm like, here's my chance. Didn't work out the right way. But imagine being the best player on the planet and going there. It's like you got to hear what people have to say. Like, I don't think he's going to do it.
Make every team's cap guy just.
How can we find
over backwards to find him?
How can we squeeze him?
And let's hear all the stories and situations.
Who do I got to ship out of here to squeeze this guy in for $20 million a year?
Imagine all
because that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be 20. Yeah. Do you think he gets 20?
Yeah, I think at least.
Hey, Judd, you're hearing this, bud. Figure it out. Figure a way to make this happen.
It would just be so cool.
You want credit rights if this fucking happens, by the way.
Like taking city tours, getting on a private bird, flying around with your gal.
You want to meet the owners, playing golf with the owner, whatever it is. Fucking, hey, yeah. Dinners, fucking, how much?
The league needs this.
Yeah.
The league needs him to go to July 1.
Oilers fans right now are going to be like, fuck you, boys.
I love you guys, but.
Hey, Oilers fans, we love you. We're just spitballing here, eh? We're just spitballing around here, Missin Curfew. But good job on getting this guy a beer. And by the way, the hockey club took on the chin the other night. I don't know if they were at Earl's or Cacti or Moxie's, but they looked like a little sluggish. But 97 seems to have that jump back that he didn't have after the Four Nations. I think they can see the finish line now, right? Up and especially put yourself into the 68 games, right? So they got 14 left. They can start. Yeah, it's like, okay, we're back.
Yeah,
let's go. I already hammered them tonight. They're playing.
They got Hyman and
Hyman. Alcohol's back.
Yeah.
I hammered them tonight. They're playing.
They got a big.
They're at home against the Jets. I already hammered them.
Oh, I was thinking
Oh,
about
yeah. I think they're just fucking.
And no, I just saw no Leon Draisaitl tonight.
What? Fuck, I didn't get the memo on that. I already bet it.
No Leon Draisaitl.
Shit.
They'll be all right.
Oh, that stings.
So, did you take it back?
Have I bet it yet? I thought I did.
I'll just throw in a massive bet the other way.
Hold on. I don't think.
So don't pay the juice.
I don't up, dog. I don't know if I got it in or not.
I saw that this morning. The line's definitely changed.
See, that's why you got to just fucking check stuff out, Obes. Like, you can't just be throwing in bets when you're waking up, taking your morning piss. You got to. Anyway, Swishy, go ahead on your get this guy a beer, and I'm going to come back to this.
Get this guy a beer, and we just briefly touched on him. I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's maybe the third best NBA player of all time. Definitely not one, but LeBron James sitting courtside in a game last night versus the Denver Nuggets at Staples, or I guess Crypto. A little load management for LB, but he had the nasty CBJ Cannon jersey on. And I've been critical about Columbus and their jerseys in the past just because I think they're kind of brutal and their color schemes I do like, but I think the jerseys are a little bit horseshit. However, this Cannon jersey, and especially on LeBron, it pops. Sitting on the wood there, it looked crispy. So I just wanted to slide one to LeBron. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of him, just giving hockey some love I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, good Ohio boy. Did you see the one clip of where literally J.J. Redick was coaching, and then down at the end of the bench, LeBron was doing like the same thing? He's like, hey, and like Redick was down on one end, he's on the other end. It's like, come on, LeBron, just let J.J. do the coaching here. No, have a seat, fella.
LeBron's a coach.
That's
just the inmates run the asylum in the NBA.
Good guy, though, eh, Redick? We had dinner with him.
Yeah,
Great guy.
Yeah?
Great guy.
Good dude.
Knockdown shooter.
Great guy. One of the best knockdown shooters that I can remember fucking playing the game.
What's a knockdown shooter mean?
Just get it, boom.
Yeah.
Boom. Doesn't like
Out
one
of your
touch.
hands.
One touch. Boom.
Ray Allen.
Boom. Ray.
Probably best of
Doesn't
all
have to
time.
dribble. Just
Shoot up the pass.
Pick and roll him, get him an open space, and get him the nugget. Fucking corn dogs.
We all know Steph Curry's the best three-point shooter of all time.
Yeah, but
Ray Allen, the best looking three-point shooter.
Jesus Shuttlesworth? Yeah, he's close. Kyle Korver, white boy, was nasty too.
Yeah, but like the look of it.
Yeah, I mean, Raymond Allen, he had a nice stroke.
God.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but Steph's a different 3-point. Steph gets himself open.
and he fucking launches that thing.
Yeah.
Into a different stratosphere.
You know what I did watch? You should watch this. You're a hoops guy, because we got talking about the Four Nations, and I talked about USA basketball, and they have a thing on Netflix where they follow a team to France. And the gold medal performance that Steph Curry put on was just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty cool. You get behind the scenes of these boys over there. It's all the teams, not just Team USA. The Serbian coach is just this old Serbian beauty that is still in the J Swiss program that fucking works out 9 times a day.
There he is.
Listen, this is what I love the association. Me and Loops used to bet on the association. That's all we bet on, because boom, Ray.
That shot in the corner and the way the announcer, I forget his name, who announced him.
I was watching that game with Loops at his house. You were there, Uppy.
Yeah.
You were fucking there. We used to love hoops. It was great back in this era.
Well,
the
yeah.
Spurs.
Guys played D. They played hard.
Yeah.
Bruce Bowen,
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili.
Ginobili.
Look at that shot, though. A young Kawhi.
Danny
too.
Green. You want to talk about a good spot shooter,
Yeah.
Danny Green. I hate Chris Bosh.
Look at that, though. Get to his
Just
spot.
toe on the line?
Oh, my.
His toe's not on the line.
God.
And just going back up, dog, I've already taken the Oilers at minus 116.
Here, I'll tell you what the line is now.
What's wrong with Leon?
He might be out a week. I read the coach's thing here. I read the coach's comments.
Oh, you did, eh? Chucky Knobloch?
After I saw that the Prime Minister. Oh, by the way, have we done milk carton yet?
No, it's coming up now. It's coming up now. It's coming up right now, fella.
We're all over the place. I love it.
No, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
I would say the Oilers can win this one for Leon. He's been all year carrying this team. Get this one done for Leon. He's not expected to play for the Oilers, blah, blah, blah. Undisclosed injury. I hate that shit.
It's from the fall he took last game. Like he fell on his face, kind of on the ice.
Did he? I
So
turned
upper
it off after
body,
6-1.
The line's only
facial
-1.
things.
This is minus 115 Oilers, so.
Yeah, well, they still got
Trust it.
McDavid playing.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. It didn't move that much
Yeah.
from your line.
Fuck. That's why you should check who the lineup is, though. T-Rex always fucking gives me a hard time about that. So, get this guy a beer. Updog was asking for it. It is time for the milk carton here at Missin Curfew. I'm going to start us off, and then you can go Updog. I love Kelly Sutherland. He was one of my favorite refs. But, Kelly, what in the fuck are you doing here, buddy? He falls over. I got my Avalanche. It's 1-1. Short side top titty. That was the game winner. Cost me a minus 150. Kelly, get out of the way, fella. I'm putting you on the milk carton, but I still love you. One of my favorite refs. And that goal right there cost me minus 150 on DraftKings. So, Kelly, get your skates sharpened. Look at that. That's a tough look for him. I love you, Kelly, but that's on the milk carton there.
I'm
Fuck's he doing?
I'm going to say milk carton also add to this, Obes, is that the NHL needs to implement a rule when this happens that the other linesmen can use immediate common sense to blow this down and not give a breakaway in a short-handed situation.
Yeah. In late in the third.
This is a complete joke. As soon as this... What's he... Okay, right now.
Kelly, fuck, outside edge.
Right now. They should be able to blow the puck, blow it down.
Or Kelly should play some defense at least for him, trying to get the guys away a bit. Hey, sorry, bud. Is that... I love Kelly, but what the hell is that?
That's the beautiful game.
No, he thought it was coming out of his fucking head.
He just toe-picked.
Yeah.
Is that how the trainers of the teams know? Get Kelly a better sharpening.
Who sharpens the ref skates? The home team?
Home team. Unless they have...
Yeah, unless Frosty's on the road, then you're going to Frosty.
Yeah.
All right, boys, I'm going to slide.
Love you, Kelly.
I'm going to go milk carton style over here. The Edmonton Oilers, I love them to death. They hosted today the self-appointed Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, on the ice for practice. And what I'm throwing on the milk carton is the wheels, boys. These are a tough set of wheels. Black
These are tough.
goalie tucks, okay? Black goalie tucks. If you come out there with the Edmonton Oilers, Mr. Prime Minister, put on a set of fucking skates, would you? These things are tough. And then I read he's a Harvard goalie, only to find out that he's played one game with Harvard. That's not, I don't know if you qualify as a...
Didn't he just get the fucking job too? You got more... Shouldn't he be in the office here? What's he doing at Oilers morning skate?
They're black, they're long. Like,
look
at those things.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God, Mark.
Oh, no.
Just, I don't know. Maybe,
Those are bad.
I don't know.
Is that Derek Ryan? I thought he was in Bakersfield.
Just call an election. And,
called up.
Just call an election and get off the ice. How about that?
Just get in the office. Oh, those are bad, yeah. Oh, he's got the goalie boots, the old blackies on, yeah.
It's tough.
Those
wheels.
are awful. Those are awful. I would say, maybe get in the office. Just got the gig, didn't you? He's out there for a twirl. Shouldn't he be shouldn't he be working there?
There's a lot going on in Canada. Just call an election and let's figure it out.
Or get yourself a new pair of wheels. So, up dog. I love it, fella. Milk Carton City for both those boys. Moving on here, fellas. It's the Jaeger Iciest Shot of the Night. Presented by Jägermeister. Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold. For more, visit Jägermeister.com and always drink responsibly. Cheers, boys.
Fellas.
Thursday night is ladies' night. Ladies' night.
We're going to get in one.
Yep.
We're going to
for one.
Get in one.
Go for one, stay for two, home by 3.
We're going to go. That's such a great little saying you have too, by the way. It's so true. That's why I don't go for one very often.
No, I know.
Not just one. Jaeger Iciest Shot of the Night. The Oilers at home against the hockey club. I told the Updog when we were recording, hammer the Oilers. They took care of business. But Jay Swish, when I see a D-man do this, right down Broadway here, spink dink, bar down, Matthias Ekholm. Good little play by Hyman. Watch this, spink dink. That is a legit shot. Hyman right in the blue paint, eh? But that is the Jägermeister Iciest Shot of the Night. Anytime a D-man goes bar down right here, booyah. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do that.
Tough.
But damn, that's cold.
Tough turnover from the local kid there, too, Dylan Gunther. And trying to make the right play, right? But Hyman just put it right on a tee for him.
Trying to make the right play. That's the worst I've seen the Utah Hockey Club play since they moved to the great state of Utah.
You did call it, though.
I think
called it. You said heads up. This is going to be a bloodbath.
Yeah. I think they enjoyed Edmonton. I think they were at Moxie's or something. Just boys.
Fellas, it's time to talk about Clicks. As I got this puppy right here, boys, she's nice. It's the keyboard. Clicks is the easiest way to have a premium typing experience while on your mobile phone, fellas. The satisfying feel of real buttons, boys. It's tasty. While also giving you a full keyboard, you can see more of your iPhone screen. Take action faster by creating customized shortcuts at the push of a button. Available for iPhone 16, 15, and 14 models. And fellas, Clicks is now for Android, as it was just released this month. Check out Clicks at www.clickstech and get yours today. Fellas, this segment, as you guys know, is to touch on something special, maybe a milestone. But right now, we're going to give a couple clicks to Sidney Crosby, boys. Boys, he passed Gretzky with his 1,600th and 70th career point with the Penguins. He's now 7 points shy of 80 points, which would give him 20 years of a point per game season, fellas, which is tasty. But right now, couple clicks. Sidney Crosby, boys, fourth most all time with a single franchise. And he's only climbing, boys. He ain't stopping.
I'll tell you what, 20 years with a fucking point per game is insane.
What do you think the last time you had a point per game was? Before junior?
Yeah.
It's insane.
Novice.
Like, think about
Fort Hope Redmond, I had 100 goals one year.
Right.
Novice. I was just net looked big that year.
like defenseman, sure, but
I was skinny.
Great.
Look big.
I mean,
20 years in the National League.
to put up a point a game, up to year 4, you know more mean swishy, but a point a game for 20 years to stay healthy enough to, well, I guess it's only games you play, so staying healthy doesn't really have to do with it. But even if you're hurt, you come back, you don't miss a beat. Like, to have a point a game is I mean, this guy has a lot of feathers in his cap, but that one to me is outrageous.
Boys, I think there might have been one year where he really looked like 2011, 12, 22 games, but look at his points. And this is when he's battling like his concussion issues, right?
Yeah.
So still a point a game.
56 and 36 there in 2012-13.
Yeah,
Crosby is only he's 7 points shy right now, boys, which would give him that point a game. And Gretzky had a run of 19 seasons in a row. So this is something special. We might see maybe the likes of Connor McDavid eventually get there, given health. Even Ovi. Boys, I don't even think Ovi's, at this point. This
Not
is
a point per game. This
is a pretty special feat. We're staring at maybe 2,000 points, given the fact Crosby plays another 3-4 years, boys. Like, it could be something special upon us. But a couple clicks, get that clicks keyboard, fellas. Check it out. I know I love mine. And for you single boys out there, you can send one nice text.
There you go.
To the missus.
There you go.
There you go.
Can you send out multiple texts to multiple misses? Hey, that's what, if you're single, that's what you're worried about.
You check into your bullpen.
Can you check in to see what's going on?
There's a bullpen.
How are you?
Key.
There's a bullpen key.
We're bringing in
bullpen key.
We're bringing in the lefty.
Are you going to the movies later?
Yeah. Updog, great job. Sidney Crosby, that is unbelievable numbers. Another guy who deserves a couple clicks is our guest coming up next. 1,000 games he just played in the American Hockey League. Cal O'Reilly coming up next. I'm Missin Curfew. Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog, Jay Swish, one of my former teammates. One of the nicest guys I've ever played with, and he's continuing to do it at the pro level. He just played his 1,000th game Updog in the American Hockey League, and when I saw that, I first said tip of the caps to him, and second of all, we had to get him on here because we've all spent some time down in the American Hockey League. It's a harder league at times than the National League, so I wanted to get him on. So Cal O'Reilly, thanks, my man, for joining Missin Curfew. It's good to see you.
Yeah, hey guys, thanks for having me.
Let's start at the top there, buddy. Congratulations on 1,000 matches down there. I mean, listen, bud, that is... I mean, you are a glue guy, character guy, fucking whatever you want to call it, you are. But, like, honestly, looking back and still playing at that level and competing and traveling and playing the 3-3s and being a leader and playing with younger guys, like, honestly, man, it's a great accomplishment. And when you sit back and look at it now, what do you think about 1,000 games in the American League?
Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't say it's hit me quite yet. I haven't reflected on it too much, but obviously I'm pretty proud that I'm still playing. And obviously I would love to have 1,000 games in the NHL, but that didn't work out for me. And I'm happy that I was able to play so many games in the American League and still playing. And like you said, a lot of bus rides, a lot of carts in the back of the bus, but those are some of the best times. And it's been quite a ride.
No, it's funny you say that. As much as I used to bag on riding the bus, I would love to jump on the back of the bus right now for a little 6-7 hour trip, play some schnarps, and get some pizza or whatever. I would love that, Cal.
Yeah, that was a blast. Play cards the entire time till that bus rolls in at 2 a.m. You're still going.
Yeah. I think I know the question or the answer to this question, but when I went back down to the jungle there, I played for Tom Rowe, T-Rex in San Antonio. I said, Tom, listen, buddy, I ain't playing 3-3s. So you can figure out a way around it here, but the big boy ain't playing 3-3s. Are you still playing 3-3s? Do you still enjoy them? Because when I went back down there, those 3-3s, I just couldn't do it, fellow.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard. And it's a little better now. We don't have as many. Like, I think we only have 2 or 3 this year. But for my 1,000th game, it was a start of a 3-3 at 11:30 a.m. school game in Chicago. So it was perfect for the American League. 11:30 a.m., first of a 3-3. And I played all 3 and survived it. But it's definitely got a little better than it was like back in the day, especially when we were playing like 80 games. Back then, like we're down to 74 now, which helps a bit.
Oh, that's nice.
That is nice.
Yeah.
All we played was 3
Yeah.
threes back in the day. I felt like, hey,
That's all it was.
that's all it was.
And one of them was like a fight night.
No, everyone was a fight night, especially when we played Milwaukee. It was like, let's go, baby. I got Toots. Really, who you got? You got somebody else? Let's go.
I know. Hey, you just mentioned it, actually, Cal. Survived it, right? Like, survival is a great word to basically explain the AHL at most times. Now, what to you has been the difference since, I had you as a line mate in Milwaukee, which was awesome. You throw a nice backhand sauce but from the middle. All I had to do was stay on my wing. Hey, don't creep in.
Stay wide up, stay wide.
But what, like maybe to the listeners, what's been the difference from the moment you came in the league? It's probably 16, 17 years ago now. I don't know.
First year in the American League. There's 05, 06 for Colorado.
20 years, baby, 20 years. But from then to now, and your role, how it's changed. Obviously, you're helping these young kids become good adults, good little pros. But what have you seen? Like the difference in, how these guys are, the difference in the way the hockey game's been and the speed.
Yeah.
To you, like you sit back and go, wow, 20 years of this. Well, what's been the big change for the way the game's gone for you down there?
I mean, similar to NHL, I think these young guys are coming up now. Their skills are just unbelievable. They can all skate. And I think the NHL has gotten younger too, right? So like now the kids that are like ready, 18, 19, they're going up. And then you have these kids that are super skilled, fast, but they got to develop other things. And then you see them in the American League. I would say it's gotten faster, a little more skill. It's still at times pretty grindy league, but I think that's the biggest thing. But hockey's hockey, and I think like back in the day there, every team had 2 or 3 guys that could just throw them, right?
Yeah.
That's definitely died down. I think it's 10 fight rule now. So that's died down a bit, but I would say I think the hockey's definitely gotten better. Because these young guys are just so skilled and so good.
Yeah, they definitely are. We can attest for that. That's why we're not in the game anymore. The game got a little fast.
There's no Lee Jacobsons out there anymore. We had the lockout year, Cal. We had to sign a bouncer from Chicago to be our tough guy. We're like, hey, we need a tough guy, and we signed a guy by the name of Lee Jacobson, who's a lawyer now. But I love you, Jacob. But I don't think there's any Lee Jacobsons around out there anymore. Snapping Brown.
And how is it? Let me just touch on Milwaukee. You're a Milwaukee Admiral. You played there 5 years before you came back the last couple of years. How's the city, buddy? I used to go Water Street. We used to go to McKillicuddy.
You see any kids that look like Uppy walking around? You see any kids that look like Uppy?
What a city, though, buddy. Hey, it's nice to be back. I mean, nice to be back for your 20th year there. But, yeah. How's Milwaukee, buddy?
It's still great. Still a great city, and I would say it's gotten bigger and better. I always loved it back in the day when I was here, and come back now with my family. And we live, I don't remember, up in Mequon. That's where we're living now. So it's 20 minutes downtown, but some great restaurants, great nightlife. If especially for the young guys now, places to go. And then I remember Harris, the owner, he treats us so well here. So we get Bucks tickets, we get Brewers tickets. Any concerts are in town. They got a brand new stadium, the Pfizer, which is like unbelievable stadium, right beside where we play now at the Panther. And they tore the Bradley Center's gone. He tore it right down.
Thank God.
Oh,
Good
no.
riddance.
Yeah.
They used to have the boards there where the fucking board would come out.
Oh,
and
great
the puck
barn,
would
though.
stay on the fucking
I love that part.
on
That
the
was a great
dasher,
barn.
and Toots be coming 100 miles an hour. I'm like, holy fuck.
Hey, are they still making you do the dress and drives? No, please tell me no. The dress and drives out to Wilson Park? No.
Yeah, well, just in playoffs last year we did it, but we're mostly at the current center, which is right downtown at MSOE. But yeah, the Wilson Park dressing drives are still happening in playoffs.
Fuck, I told the story where my Claude Noel called me up at the front of the bus after a game in Cincy, and he's like, fuck up, dog. I thought I was getting called up. He's like, I got a call before the game from the cops. I'm thinking, huh? Uh-oh. He's like, your wheels, your truck's on blocks. They stole your rims at Wilson Park. I'm like, no, on my rims. They ripped the shit out of my truck. And I'm like, this is what happens when you dress and drive.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. But that, by the way, I was there the year that MTSU, right? The Milwaukee Technical School where we practice now. What's that place called?
MSOE, the engineering school.
The engineering school. What a nice little barn right downtown beside the Blatts where everyone lived. By the way, we took over that whole apartment building a couple of years we were there. But good guys, man. You just felt like you grew up in Milwaukee, right? It's a good place to like your college town. Is it still like that? Does it still have the young guys in your team and still mixing it up?
Oh yeah, it's still like that for sure with Marquette and then University of Milwaukee and engineering school. It's still the same vibe from when I left. years ago, and when you were here, like it's still that same real beer drinking city, really. With all the breweries here and everything. But it's a great city. Yeah, no complaints being back.
Love that.
Now, lastly, on Milwaukee, I'm a Wisconsin kid over here, just outside of
Dane County,
Wisconsin. Dane County. if
We're
you're
talking
asking.
county. Dane County.
Shout out to Hometown USA. Shout out to Verona. But I spent a good portion of my youth in the city of Milwaukee. If we were looking to go to a Brewer game, maybe step on one. But I get taken the younger fellas to a spot on North Pulaski Street called Wolski's Tavern. And they have Miller Light in the bottle. They got the metal tip darts. They got pool tables and the smoker's patio out back. Had you been there?
I don't think I have been there, but I believe I've heard it talked about by some of the guys going there. I
gotta
believe,
stop in there, yeah.
I'll definitely check it out.
Swishy, you can't play 1,000 games in the American League going to that establishment, Swishy. Your body won't hold up going there, fella.
Oh, it's Wisconsin through and through, Obes. It's just an old school tavern. It's like a shitty little box house, and you walk in there, you have no idea what time it is, and the same thing walking out of it. So, great spot.
Hey, Cal.
There's a lot of undercover places like that there.
Hey, Cal, just quickly on the 1,000 game again. What are the boys getting you in the minors for 1,000 games? Like, I know in the NHL, like what we're fighting around, but you come in, all the guys that probably play with you throughout your career. What are they firing you? Is it a team dinner? Is it a golf trip? Like, are the boys really extending it to get you a nice gift down there?
Yeah, well, actually, this Saturday we got a home game, and there's because we're on the road for my actual 1,000. The Admirals are putting on a thing before the game and everything, and I think the guys got me something. They said I'm hoping it's a Rolex, but we'll see. No, they got me something for sure, and they were doing a big celebration and have a little party after for everybody coming in. So that'll be great. I'm not sure what they got, but I'm sure they did a good job. We got a really good group of guys down here in Milwaukee.
Yeah, Cal, I want to ask about, I've got to know your family over the years playing with you and your brother, the Fact Daddy. But first of all, having the Fact Daddy there for your 1,000th game, I thought was awesome. And secondly, like, how much do you boys just love hockey, eh? Like, you and your brother and Coach Bry, like, you guys just fucking love it. And that's why you're still playing, right? Like, it's just, you guys love the fucking game in that family.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea it was coming. They just finished their break and they were practicing, and then they brought everybody who was there into the locker room for a little video before we went out for warm up, and that was great. Him and his oldest son Jameson came, so that was a nice surprise. And he had the little sign there with the teeth thing, and I got my teeth in today. Actually, my wife told me to wear them. So, but yeah, we've ever since we could walk, it was hockey, and we still just love the game. And I know knowing him, he's going to try and play as long as he can, and obviously I'm doing that and continue to do that. And our dad was obviously a big part in that, but he never had to push us to do anything. We just loved it so much, and when we were younger, he would train us and stuff, but he never had to beg us to do it. We just loved doing it.
Yeah, Coach Bry's the man. I remember I was having dinner, me and Fact Daddy, Coach Bry and Pitter, and Coach Bry said, "Obes, if I say pink elephant, what do you think of?" I said, "Pink elephant." He goes, "Exactly." I was like, "Fucking hey, Coach Bry, I got you. I got what you're saying, but it's all about mindset, baby. It's all about mindset."
I would have been like, I don't fucking know.
He's like, pussy.
What kind of sick, twisted question is this, Bry?
Kyle, I just want to tag that. But obviously, we've all played in the NHL, and you get spoiled up there. But like, seriously, for playing 1,000 games, like taking care of your body down there, like, is it on you personally? Has the teams helped you over the years, or like, because that's what really impresses me, man, is taking care of yourself down there. Because sometimes she's a tough league to get a little extra treatment, a little stem and cell or whatever you need. It's tough sometimes.
For sure, and it has gotten better, in the AHL for staff. A lot of teams are carrying 2 or 3 guys. They're setting up chiropractors, massages, so it is a little easier that way than it used to be. It used to be just Dougie Agnew.
Yeah, Dougie. I have his name down here. Is he still around? He's in Nashville, though.
He's in he's in Nashville now. He's been up there for 4 or 5 years, maybe more than that now.
Yeah.
But so it's gotten better that way, and I think a lot of it's just dumb luck. My body's held up, and I try to do a lot of the right things, and with working out and whatever you have to do. A lot of times in the cold tub, but a lot of it's luck, and I think a lot of it too is. It's been good on my body is, my game wasn't banging and crashing, getting body checked out there, using my brain and stuff. So I think that saved me a little bit too, over my career for injuries. And, especially the last 4 or 5 years, I haven't had anything too major to set me back or think about maybe it's time to shut it down.
Cal, I wanted to ask you, just in terms of your dad, Coach Bry, just some of the game film I see out of the Twitter and things he'll post in the summer, a lot of different unorthodox ways to train and, getting on a balance beam maybe and doing one-legged lunges, even stick handling and kind of just using all of your hand-eye coordination while, implementing some of these movements. Is that something you still do on a daily basis in the season, or is that more so just out of season and when you're back home?
Yeah, that stuff more in the off season. Obviously a lot more when I was living around him. But when he comes in to visit, sometimes I'll do some sessions, and or if he does come down during this season. But more, I'm using him more just if I need to chat or, not feeling great out there. But my dad did all that stuff with me and my brother when we were really young. He'd get us doing stuff like that, and a lot of stuff to do with just mental toughness and the mental side of sport and really everything in life. But he's pretty smart that way, and let's say he's pretty honest, and there's no bullshit with him. He sees right through your bullshit and can kind of call you out, and has helped both of us, in our careers and our life.
Cal, I got a quick question, man. All the years you played here in North America, was there ever a point that you had offers to go overseas? I know during the lockout you played in Russia, I believe, but did you not ever think I got a young family, maybe I go Switzerland? I'm sure the opportunities were there, but to stick around is quite the feat. But what was that maybe like throughout your career, wondering when the time is? Because there's so many guys go through this phase of is North America the place for me, or do I have to go over and try to create that career in Europe? But what was that like for you, man?
Yeah, I went over there, for that lockout and played a year and a bit there, and then came back. But after that, there was many opportunities, and me and my wife really thought hard about it for a lot of years going over there, whatever league. But at the time, we really struggled. Now we have 4, but we really struggled to have kids. My wife went through going through the ringer, trying to figure out what was going on, and it just didn't make sense for us because we wanted to have a family to go over just for treatments and what she's going through. So I think that played a big part in us staying over here. And the money did get better, and so the money was pretty comparable for me at the time for contract stuff. So we were we made it work, and I think it was a great decision we didn't, because we have obviously ended up having 4 kids pretty close together. So that was basically why we didn't.
Cal, I want to ask you about the American League. It seems, when my last year in the jungle, they brought in that California division, San Diego. So I was like, I'll go down there and play for a year. This isn't bad. But the teams are in Calgary now. They have their team there. Vancouver is in Abbotsford. The rinks are better. It has, from outside looking in, that the league has gotten better. There's less travel for teams that are in the same cities. And like I said, it's not like going into Syracuse and Bingo and Albany and Utica anymore. There's some pretty good spots to play nowadays, eh?
Yeah, it's great. Texas, Austin, San Antonio had a team for a while. All the California teams, we love going down there. Colorado is a great spot too. Arizona, there's a lot more, and this side is much better than the other side. The other side, you're getting a lot more 3-and-3s, and the travel is shorter, which is nice if you're home more. But sometimes it's nice, especially living in Milwaukee, to get down to California or Texas and get some nice weather.
Yeah, a little vitamin D in your life, hey? Doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Cal, are you collecting these air miles over the years, 1,000 games? You got good status, or you getting bumped up to first class? The boys come on, you're like, hey, fellas, 4B here, keep her going, boys, keep her going.
Yeah, I should have, honestly.
No, but in the hotels, you still got to be. You still got to be collecting points, right? Marriott Bonvoy, you got to be a gold medal, right?
I should have been collecting points down there when I was down there too. I would have got a ton, especially playing in Cincy. We flew everywhere.
Yeah, I think they keep them. Whoever's booking them, they're Frappy. I'm shit. Yeah, they keep them for the team or for whoever's doing it.
They 100% keep them for the team. That's an NHL move there for sure. Yeah, keep the points, you fuckers.
That's an AHL. That's not NHL. Yeah. Hey, Cal, at this point of your career, I went over to Switzerland and had a really great relationship with the GM and the coach. At what point, in your career, do these coaches look at you and say, all right, I'm leaning on you. You're going to be like this player, coach. Is that dynamic there for you where the coach is leaning on you for a lot of questions about these younger guys or about lineups or about the travel? When do these guys need a day off? What's at your age and your experience, what's that like for you right now?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more the last few years. And I think a lot of it is, it's different with every coach, but a lot of them are looking for help with young guys that are trying to obviously make it and get up there, and just help as a player side, and not because I am a player, not a coach, but they'll lean on me to help them with the certain player. So it's not just them coming at the player, and that gets old for the player. So little things like that, and some coaches obviously are more want more insight on systems or whatever that, and some aren't. But a lot of them obviously want to talk to you, and they want me to have a good relationship with them so they can help their young guys out for sure.
Yeah, just to tag that is like, do you at your point is your goal to help these young kids get to that next stage, or like rather than like winning games and winning the championship or whatever, but like at the end of the day, like if you got a kid on your line that's missing a piece, maybe it's mental, maybe it's his shot, maybe something, and working with him to get him out there, like do you find the fulfillment in that? Because Tony Herkus helped me so much back in the day, Circus Herkus. Yeah. Shout out North Dakota, there's Schmaltzy. But like he worked with me on just different parts of my game that helped me, and I never came back to play with him. But ultimately, he probably was like, "Fuck, I'm happy Up Dog's never coming back here." Like, do you get that sort of feeling sometimes? Like, because it's such a great thing to be able to help these young kids, man, be adults and go play in the NHL, and you're watching them on highlights and shit. But that's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, for sure it is, to help these young guys. And I think for me, the biggest thing I try to show them is just doing the right things, playing the right way, doing stuff in the gym, whatever it is. And if they can see me doing that as an older player, if that can help them in any way, then great. And the hockey side of it, I wouldn't be playing if I didn't think I could help a team and be a good player first. And I haven't won a championship in this league, so that's a big thing that I would love to do before I retire. And so trying to lead by example and playing well first off, and then things in practice and little games that we play, and talking to guys one-on-one. Those are the other things that I try to do to help them. And whether they take some and they get a chance up or they don't, that's on them. But I hope that they could take something from me, like you said with Tony.
Yeah.
I actually saw him the other day at one of our games, because he's living in Madison, so he scouts us all the time.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he's came for me. It's him, but yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. So I actually saw him the other day. Great. Still looks exact same.
Yeah, he's playing at 40 years old, fucking stealing pucks from everyone. He played a lot like you, actually, man. Good stick.
You got better style than fucking Tony Herkus. I mean, Kyle had better style. Kyle has better style.
Yeah, well,
I gotta say, no disrespect to Tony Herkus. I cross-checked him a few times, but not the best style out there, right?
Oh well, fuck, he was old as
but he got got her done.
I mean, his stats, he still broke the record in Mahler's player. Fucking crazy. His last
same player.
Yeah, he was nasty. I actually skated with him this past summer in Madison. He's still got it. He's like 60 years old.
He still goes out.
Got it. But yeah, he's still I was playing on his line. Still nasty. But Cal, I wanted to ask you, brother. I played against you in Iowa. I played against you in Lehigh. And like we just mentioned or alluded to there, the way you could slow the game down at the American League level, especially working it on the half wall, just so nasty. 4,500 bucket, throwing cross ice saws. I wanted to ask you though, bro, did you ever think about using that little hook that your brother used at Poke Curve? Did you ever try using that or no? Because I never seen it.
Tried it. Yeah, I tried it, but I couldn't do it. I don't know how he does it. Like it's wild, but he loves it, and I don't see him doing like too many toe drags and shots with it, but I think he says for picking pucks off the walls and things like that helps to bring it in and settle it down quicker.
Yeah, that curve is nasty.
It's like the tush push. It could be illegal. It's like the tush push.
You both have good sticks though, like especially down low on those little scrums in the D zone and shit like that. You and your bro alone are like little Datsuk in the O'Reilly family. You guys can pick the pocket pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, especially me and him going against each other in the summers and training so many years ago. That was the battle, and we both try to use our head. I'd say he's a bigger guy and uses his body a little more, but we're both try to have a good stick and use our smarts first to get the puck away from guys and kill plays in the D zone.
A little hairier than you too. You don't have quite up the chest hair. That the fact that he has Roman out there. Right?
He's like that's the C60.
I know. I played with him in Denver. He's 20. I'm like, look at that chest hair. He's like, chicks love it.
That's all that.
That's flowing, bud.
That's all that JMO. That's the JMO doing it. Yeah. Puts hair on
it's open like rough on the chest, eh?
Yeah. Hey, Cal, I want to ask you, you played a lot in Lee Valley, which is a great spot, great barn from everything I've seen online. But one of my favorite teammates down in the jungle was the Hammer, Garrett Wilson. I played with him in San Antonio. Was a guy I thought that, had NHL ability, and it's tough league to make and stay in there. But how was the Hammer playing with him? And that guy, he plays hard every single night, man.
Yeah, he does. He does. Willie was awesome. We became pretty close there, and we were living in the summer actually for a few years when I was with Lehigh, like 10 minutes away from him. So we were training all the time in the summer and hanging out. We're still keep in touch a lot. But yeah, he could play. He's so tough to fight anyone, and just a great guy in the room, just a beauty. And we saw them a couple weeks ago and played him. So we had him over for dinner and saw him again. But yeah, Lehigh was a great spot. Got treated well. It was a great rink. The owners there were great, and yeah, I enjoyed my time. I was obviously it's 4 years there, but it was really good.
Cal, I got to ask you about your times with the Utica Comets. All right, I came in there. Yeah. Greener was the coach. We came in, great barn, great fans, tough town though. But like, I remember playing against you guys, and you guys had great teams. Felt like the closest to an NHL team at that point when I played there. But like, just a gritty town that loved that team and loved that little barn.
Yeah, the fans were unbelievable. That year that we lost in the final there, like that was a blast. And the whole city, I don't know what the population is there, but they were all in on it, tailgate, and the rink hold maybe 4,000, but I think the Richter scale, whatever they call it, was pretty close to what Winnipeg was that year in the playoffs. And yeah, we had a really good team. Greener, we had Markstrom in net. We had a heck of a team, and that year was so fun. Especially going to the final. It was just a group of guys, and it was like a real small town feel to it. So it was just so fun.
All the fans were mutants, man. We used to come off the ice right through all the fans. Like I think right by the bar there, and these guys would just be all over me, and I would like literally stop to chirp them. I'm like, look at you guys. Are you guys fucking kidding me? But they were unbelievable, and that was one of my favorite barns to play in, man. It was always rocking.
Always rocking, yeah. Big time.
Cal, I got to ask you about the old PHPA, fella. Have they made any adjustments to that? Is it a little bit better, or do I still just get the keychain with the coffee mug and the fucking hat, or what's going on with the PHPA, buddy? Has it grown with the league over the years?
Yeah, it definitely has, I would say. And this year, I'll be careful what I say, because this year I got sucked into being the PHPA rep, so I'm doing all that. No, I have 4 kids and no other guys to step up, so I said I guess I'm doing it. But no, yeah, it's good. They got a new guy just took over. Actually, I honestly should remember his name, but I can't. Came from the CFL, I think.
No, Larry Lamb.
I think Larry stepped down or retired, or his role is lesser now. And they got the new guy, and he seems really good. Been in sports and everything, but they're doing good stuff. You still get the t-shirts or the mugs sent to you, but no, they're doing good stuff for us.
Larry, what was his name? Larry Langdon? He was there forever.
Larry Langdon.
I still get emails from the PHP every now and then. They'll fire me an email checking in and see how I'm doing or asking me something. I might got to check to
looking for a check.
Yeah, are they going to send me a check or what? Send me a check, boys.
Oh, remember when Larry would do that tour for like 90 days straight, because he'd have to do all the Eastern League cities as well as the American League cities, travel with that Paulette. It's like, Larry, are you guys pounding each other? What's going on here? Fucking A.
Yeah, what's going on here? You guys are on the road a lot together here. It's about time it's going to happen. But Cal, last one for me, buddy. I appreciate you taking the time. And once again, congratulations, buddy. But how much longer do you want to play? Have you thought about life after hockey? I mean, I think we would all say play as long as you can. Updog still misses the game. He tells me every day in the studio. But have you thought about life after hockey, or are you just going to continue snapping around, going backhand sauce as long as you can?
Yeah, I'm definitely starting to creep in and talk about with my wife and stuff what we're going to do. But right now, I'm just kind of focused on season by season. And hopefully next year I can go again, and if not, then we'll get into something. I definitely, when I'm done, I want to stay in the game. Whether that's coaching or some, getting some kind of management scouting. But I definitely want to stay in the game. As I said earlier, love the game, and it's been my whole life so far. So when I'm done, I definitely want to do something involved in it for sure.
Yeah, you O'Reillys do love the game, and it's loved you guys back, and you deserve it. Have you guys been out west here? Do you come back out to play Ontario or San Diego or anyone? You're going to be out here, Coachella Valley?
So last year we did. We went to San Diego. This year we don't. We don't go to anywhere in California. We're actually doing like a swing with Lehigh Valley, Hartford, and Springy.
So,
that was a trade-off this year.
I mean,
but we do get in Vegas this year again. We did Vegas last year.
Yeah, they got a team in Henderson.
It's great. Yeah, it's great. Great rink, great spot there.
Could you imagine when you're fucking 21 years old in the jungles going into Henderson and being that close to Vegas? I would have come out of there broke. fucking broke. I was like, boys, I got no money left.
Well, they wouldn't have let you stay too long. No, it would have been like, hey, in and out. You're like, we don't play for another week. They're like, in and out.
Well, all I would have needed was about 7 hours in that city, but I said, just give me a chance. But Cal, thanks again, my man. And once again, congratulations. Keep going, buddy. Enjoy the game and keep snapping around, my man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Welcome back to Missin Curfew. Updog Jay Swish. Thanks to Cal O'Reilly. The whole O'Reilly family is a bunch of beauties. Coach Bry, the Fact Daddy, I love you, fella. And listen, 1,000 games in the jungle. You know, we had some laughs with him about it, but it's a feather in his cap. And I think there's only been 9 guys to ever do it, Updog.
That's wild. It's unbelievable. And, you know, we just went through a phase this week where the Luke Shen, Braden Shen, both 1,000 games in the NHL same year. This is almost a greater feat, right? You got Ryan O'Reilly, Conn Smythe winner, Stanley Cup champ, absolute legend, and his older brother, Cal, who's just the exact same guy. Look at the way they speak. Look at the way they treat their teammates. They're brought up the right way.
Can't trick Jameson quite like the Fact Daddy.
No,
Who can? No,
but just the dynamic of good brotherhood, good family guys, both 4 kids.
Mm-hmm.
They both just guys who want to be around the rink, like you said. It was good to catch up with him. I'm glad he came on. I'm glad he came on and shared a little bit of his story. But a pure beauty, and I'm glad he's mixing it up still in Milwaukee. You gotta love that, eh, Swish?
1,000 games in the jungle. You times that by 2.2 because it's that much harder to play in
Yeah.
the American League than it is in the NHL. So that's, I would say, in real world equivalents, about 2,000 games. So someone get that guy a fucking gold stick, let alone a silver stick. But yeah, it was cool to chat with him. Obviously, still going. He's an 86 born boy, still playing the game, still snapping it around. And I love that, Obi, you got a little shout out to the Hammer Wilson, Lehigh Valley, because one of our favorite teammates of all time, the old Hammer.
I love the Hammer. He was my guy on the road, the Hammer.
All time.
Man, listen, I played almost 10 straight years in the show, and then I got sent down, and I was like, I'm going to fucking like this league up down here. It was fucking harder than the NHL. I'm like, this is a cage match. The winger's not where it's supposed to be. This guy's flying. There's no fucking, like, set forecheck. It was just like, it was harder. I'm like, this is hard. It's not good. Like, get me the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It was crazy, but I'm glad one thing out of that interview before we wrap here is that the Bradley Center is no more. I hated that fucking barn.
I miss it.
The only good feeling I had was in Game 7 when old fucking Finley let Popper's little floater from the red line. We beat you guys in 7, but in all seriousness, we had some battles in that barn, man.
It was great.
Cincinnati, Milwaukee.
Tough player.
I fought twice in that fucking barn.
You guys had Brookie, Kunitz, Loops, Snapper, yourself,
Popovic, Foster.
Who was a little Russian? Sam's.
Oh, geez. Hey, didn't we lock you in the dumpster? Yeah, I got out. Cheese Stuff got a DUI driving 2 blocks. We fucking came back on the bus, and he was going to meet this chick that all the boys used to take down, and she was a big supporter of the squad. And I go, geez, you're not driving there. Walk, it's 2 blocks. No, I drive. Sure enough, wake up next morning like, Jesus in the clink. You got a fucking DUI going 2 blocks. I'm like, this guy's too much, but. They were great battles, and I remember the bar. Jay Swish, did you play in the Bradley Center?
Yeah, my first year pro. I love the Bradley Center, boys. I saw the University of Wisconsin win a national championship in 2006 there. That just stench of urine and stale popcorn will never leave my palate.
Yeah, but what about the dasher where the puck would lay on there as an E-man going back? It was a nightmare.
Yeah, well, you got to battle it, Get your paw out there.
That's how I feel.
I did battle. I was going to put it in my mouth some nights. Just put it in your mouth, O'Brien. Take it out of here. So, but in all seriousness, the American League, it's a great league, great people, hard league. So to Cal O'Reilly, thank you, buddy. Congrats on 1,000. Jay Swish, you the man. Updog, thank you. Hall Pass Media, Kyle Conway, Max Ice Pick Pickup. That was Missin Curfew.
Fellas.